Have you ever stopped to wonder where true strength lives? Whose shoulders carry the quiet burden of holding a family together, often without recognition or reward? Sometimes the strongest people are those who never shout about it. Grandmothers. Grandmothers have long been the gentle anchors of families, keeping stories alive, nurturing wounded hearts, and showing us what it means to love with no conditions attached. Their strength is so often invisible, woven into the smallest acts, the everyday choices, and the whispered words of comfort. Today, I want to help you see this power more clearly. Let's dive into the many ways grandmothers reveal a strength that holds generations together, even if the world barely notices. Silent pillars of support. One of the most powerful yet invisible strengths of grandmothers is their ability to stand as silent pillars of support. They rarely make loud declarations of what they sacrifice, but you see their quiet presence in 1,000 tiny details. Consider the story of Mary, a grandmother who, at 72, stepped in to raise her grandchildren when her daughter was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer. Mary woke up before sunrise every day to make breakfast, help with homework, and bring her daughter to chemotherapy appointments, all while managing her own arthritis. She never once told her grandkids how tired she was. Instead, she wrote them gentle notes of encouragement, reminding them they were loved, that their mom would fight through this, and that they would survive it as a family. Mary's story is not unique. There are countless grandmothers who show up quietly for doctor's visits, for emergencies, for heartbreaks, doing the work of keeping a family from falling apart. Their strength is silent, but without it, many families would crumble. Carriers of family wisdom. Grandmothers are living libraries, keepers of knowledge and traditions that could otherwise be lost to time. Their wisdom is a gift that they pass on, often in the simplest of ways. A story by the fireside, a recipe, a lullaby, a reminder to forgive. Think about Ruth, who taught her granddaughter how to bake sourdough bread exactly the way her own mother had done during the Great Depression. For Ruth, this was more than a baking lesson. It was a lesson about patience, about making the best out of what you have, about feeding others even when you have very little yourself. That knowledge, passed down from grandmother to granddaughter, carries history and survival skills. Grandmothers are the bridge between past and future, preserving a family spirit through small but powerful lessons. They remind us where we came from and who we can become. The power of gentle leadership. Grandmothers have a way of leading without ever sounding bossy or demanding. Their leadership is subtle, but it shapes entire generations. Consider Margaret, who for more than 2 decades hosted Sunday dinners for her extended family. Through those dinners, she kept family members connected, cousins who might have grown apart, siblings who might have had resentments. When argument happened, she calmed them. When someone was struggling, she found ways to help without embarrassing them. No one formally declared Margaret the family leader, but everyone knew it. Her quiet presence, her welcoming table, her steady hands on every holiday showed her family how to stick together. She taught them that leadership isn't about controlling people, but about loving them enough to bring them closer, time and again. Resilience through hardship. If you look deeper, you'll see that many grandmothers have lived through unimaginable challenges. War, economic depressions, displacement, personal losses. Yet they managed to build something stronger out of the ashes. Lucia, for instance, arrived alone in a new country after fleeing conflict in her homeland. She took a job as a cleaner, barely able to speak the local language, and still managed to raise 3 grandchildren whose parents were working day and night to get by. Lucia taught them to read in the evenings, even though she was exhausted from scrubbing office floors all day. She passed on a lesson of resilience, that no matter how hard life gets, you can still protect hope and offer it to the next generation. Many of us carry our grandmother's determination deep inside, even if we don't fully realize it. Unconditional love that heals. There is something healing in the embrace of a grandmother. It feels safe, forgiving, and infinite. It is a love that doesn't have conditions, doesn't keep score, and never asks you to prove your worth. Tom, for example, was bullied so harshly in middle school that he barely spoke at home. His grandmother noticed the way he sat alone, shoulders slumped, avoiding eye contact. She made a habit of sitting next to him every afternoon, sharing tea and telling stories about her own awkward teenage years. Slowly, Tom opened up. He credits her unconditional love with saving him from a spiral of shame and loneliness. Years later, he went on to become a teacher, helping other kids who struggled the way he once did. Tom will tell you that kind of healing love does not disappear. It gets passed on, shaping the future through small gestures. What's truly remarkable about grandmothers is that their influence is often built on the smallest acts. A knitted sweater, a shared cup of tea, a phone call to ask how you're doing. These things might seem insignificant in the moment, but they weave a fabric of belonging and care that lasts a lifetime. My neighbor once told me about her grandmother, who wrote a simple birthday card every single year, without fail, for each of her 12 grandchildren. In every card, she included a few words of advice and a reminder to always stay true to who you are. Those birthday cards became treasures, even after she passed away, guiding her grandchildren through tough times. These gestures are like seeds of love and hope, planted by grandmothers who know that even the smallest bit of kindness can grow into something powerful. Maybe today, you remember a grandmother who shaped you, whose quiet strength still lives on in your heart. Or perhaps you're a grandmother yourself, wondering if your efforts matter. I want to assure you they do. Every meal you cook, every story you tell, every moment you comfort a worried child, these actions are powerful beyond measure. Even if no one applauds you or thanks you enough, your love and quiet courage leave a legacy that will live far beyond your lifetime. I'd love for you to share a story in the comments about your own grandmother, or about being a grandmother yourself. How did she, or how do you, show this invisible strength? Let's celebrate them together. If you found this video comforting or inspiring, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps us keep bringing you thoughtful, heartfelt content. And don't forget to share it with someone who still feels their grandmother's love in their bones. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, the strongest love is so often the love that asks for nothing in return.